Bada boom, bada bang, bada supwell app. All right, here's the thing, man. I've been trying to get my hands on the Adidas Adizero Evo SL for about a month now. I emailed Adidas twice. I have a new rule. I don't email PR people, but I had so many requests, dozens of requests to cover the shoe. I broke my rule. And Adidas said they had higher priorities with the shoe, and I said, that's fine. And I put out a call to the hobby joggers, and I said, if anybody knows where I can get an Evo SL, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll wait for it to come on Running Warehouse. And guess what? One of my friends, who shall not be named, I actually didn't even know him before, he emailed me and said, bro, we got a pack, we got a shipment in. Let me slide it to you. You can buy it and I'll ship it to you. He overnighted it to me. I got it in. Super clutch. And you know the other way that people are getting these shoes, Supwell app. So if you're looking to get your hands on one of these, sign up for the Supwell app. It's $1 a month. Link is in the description below. People are posting all the drops. That's how I got my hands on the Action Bronson Rebel. And if you don't want to buy a full price shoe, here's the thing. I don't want to just be hyping up consumerism. So you know what I did about it? I started a secondhand marketplace. So that if you don't want to buy new, you can buy used. So look at that. We have multiple ways to get shoes. Also, if you are going to buy a new shoe, make sure to use my Running Warehouse link. It helps support the channel. Make sure to sign up for the Supwell app. That $1 a month tier will be closing. So everyone who gets in for $1 a month after today, you'll be able to stay there. It will be $1 a month for you guys. But after that, anyone new who signs up, going up to $5 per month this week. So make sure to get in. We have the best buy, sell, and trade marketplace, best hobby jogger forums out there. I'm also going to be posting more merch exclusive to the Supwell community. So shout out to everyone who bought the existing merch, man. We're shipping it all out, picking and packing. It's really cool to see where everyone lives. We got people out in Sweden, Germany, Canada, UK. Shout out to all my blokes, New Mexico, Wisconsin, Maine, North Carolina, Arizona, California. We got random cities in California Charlie didn't even know existed. She said, you ever heard about Torrance, California? Oregon, Washington, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Virginia, Georgia.
What is up, fellow hobby joggers? 5:59 a.m. Sunday. Let's get straight to it. This is the Evo SL Adidas. This might be the most highly anticipated running shoe ever. The most highly requested running shoe ever. And you know why? Is this the highest tech, craziest, most expensive, sickest shoe? No. It has some cool stuff going on, but it's not the sickest. It's not that much sicker than something like, look at this, Hoka Mach X2. And the thing is, Adidas isn't a cooler brand than Hoka. It's not that much sicker than something like the Asics Super Blast 2. And guess what? Asics Super Blast 2, this thing cost $200. Mach X2, this thing costs $190. It's not even sicker than the Boston 12. The Boston 12 was also $160. This is only $150. But you know what they did? You know what they did that was genius and they're still doing? They're constraining the supply. They're letting this trickle out in drops. They're not giving it to us as they normally would. You know what Adidas normally does? They just release a shoe on Running Warehouse and they don't tell anybody about it. But no, they're doing drops. They're saying, bro, you can't even get this. You can't even get this. And you know what? This was so highly requested. I broke my rule and I emailed Adidas PR. I emailed Adidas PR because so many people, dozens of people, scores of people, it might have been scores of people requesting me to review this shoe. So I emailed my friend over at Adidas PR. Well, I don't know if I would call her my friend. I call everybody my friend, but she's more of an acquaintance that I've emailed with. And she said, you know what, bro? You're not getting the shoe. Check back after the New York City Marathon. Maybe we'll get the shoe. So I checked back after the NYC Marathon and she said, we got other priorities. And I was like, all right, bet. And then, you know who reached out to me? A local running store, or a locally owned running store. They did not want me to mention their name, but they said, bro, we got the merch. We got the swag on deck. I don't even know if we're supposed to sell these, but we're going to hook it up. So they sold me this thing, and now it's in the house. Why is this thing so hyped? The thing is so hyped because it's a marathon training shoe. And this marathon training shoe segment, let's bring out all these boys. This is the hype shoe segment this year. These are some of the hot shoes to come out. Asics Super Blast 2, not my favorite, but a favorite of a lot of the hobby joggers on the channel and on the Supwell app. Hoka Mach X2, probably my personal favorite. So this category features some elements that blend. It features a blend of some elements of race shoes and training shoes. So this guy has the race upper, top layer of race foam, and then a bottom layer of training foam for stability with a plastic plate versus a carbon plate. This guy has a big stack of race foam, but no carbon plate, and then training foam on the bottom. That's a Super Blast. So that's what Adidas is going up against here. Let me throw this here. Boston 12 was my favorite in this category for a while. It still might be, but Hoka Mach X2 is the newest one. I got the Boston 12 up to 300 miles. These two shoes are very similar, and it's almost like the Evo SL is the replacement for the Boston in this marathon training category, and it'd be really interesting to see what Adidas is going to do with the Boston 13. I did see a leak. It was the fuzziest, grainiest, least clear picture you could imagine, but it looked like a Boston, so it's interesting. We'll see. Maybe this becomes more of the long distance shoe. The Evo SL is the short distance shoe. I have no idea. But Adidas hasn't come out with an exciting shoe in this category in a while. That's why the Evo SL is so hyped. Also because it's derived from the $500 race shoe Evo. I think I should grab that. Hold on. So look at this, man. This thing is crazy. This is the $500 race shoe Adizero Adios Pro Evo. This thing is a complete banger. I did one run in it, and really that's all I want to do. That is literally all I want to do. I don't want to do any more runs in it. It's just too good. Also, was this white? Is this graying? Is this piece turning brown? Is this turning brown? I don't know. So this has a very light foam in here. The calling card to the secret was just how super light it is. Of course, it has the carbon fiber plate in there. It has some other elements that make it a fast, aggressive race day shoe, like this curved piece. You see this curve? That curve, that's the rocker. It's a complete banger. It's great for running fast. Is it worth $500? Probably not. No running shoe, in my opinion, is worth $500, but I got it for the love of the game to give it a shot, and it's a fun shoe. Is it great? I feel like it's just getting brown just sitting here, though. I need to keep this in a hermetically sealed container or something. But that's the thing. These shoes are designed to be run in, but they can also have cultural importance, like this thing, $500 shoe. And Adidas is trying to make this have cultural importance as well by treating the drop of it like a high demand streetwear piece, like an Off-White or Jordan. So it worked because this is, man, on the Supwell app. By the way, sign up for the Supwell app, $1 a month. This has been the most hyped shoe, the most hyped release on the Supwell app. Whenever one of the retailers has any inventory, someone posts it and people are buying it. So it's working what Adidas is doing. All right, let's open it up. Bada boom, bada bang. Oh, let's take out their sticker here. We don't want to show who running store. Bang! Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful shoe, man. I think this is the other reason why this is so hyped. This shoe just looks so good. So what do we have here? Thick Beta Light Strike Pro. Nice training upper, good padding. And that was one of the issues that people had with the Boston. The padding and the upper was not good. That was a lot of the complaints, was just around fit of the upper, rubbing with the laces. Adidas has completely changed that here. Now the tongue isn't the most padded here, but around the back we have lots of padding around this heel area, the heel counter, nice and flexible heel counter versus, look at this, in the Adidas or in the Boston 12, way more flexible versus the structure that we have on the Evo SL. Also, it has that nice rocker, man. The rocker profile here is way better than the rocker profile. Let's compare. So this is the $500 race shoe. Look at that rocker. And then this is the $150 training shoe. Look at this rocker. I have to say, holding it in my hands, even though it looks very similar to the $500 race shoe, it doesn't feel, the quality of course doesn't feel like this, and it also doesn't even feel as nice just holding it in my hands as the Hoka and some of these other shoes. The upper does look a bit more budget, and the way that they've put on these stripes looks a bit more budget, but that's not what it's about. It's about this foam here. Ooh, can we get the lighting correct on the Evo? Yeah, let me throw that lighting on the Evo. Yeah, so they have Light Strike Pro here. Now, Adidas Light Strike Pro is a very loved foam compound because it's on the denser side. If you compare it to race foams like Zoom X or any of these other first generation race foams, even the Saucony Power on PB, they could be softer. Light Strike Pro in a shoe like the Boston 12, in a shoe like, let's pull this out, the Adidas Prime X Strong, is the perfect density. This thing is the perfect density of soft and firm. It's bouncy, and in this shoe in particular, with the rocker, it just flings me right along. This is now, it's become my favorite long run shoe. I put up 23 in it last week, and it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. So I'm not sure if they've changed Light Strike Pro over the years. I'm sure they have. But look at that. Look at that. We get a pretty thick, chunky stack of this Light Strike Pro. It's wider than the Prime X Strong. It's not as tall as the Prime X Strong. But hey, if it can break in and give us the same underfoot Light Strike Pro experience as the Prime X Strong, and they look pretty similar, the two foams. If it can give us the same underfoot experience as the Prime X Strong, that would be a banger. But one thing we know about Light Strike Pro is it takes some time to break in. So feels not too firm here, but it will probably take 10, 15 miles at least to break in, which is a good thing today because we are going long this morning, baby. We are going long. What else? Continental rubber on the bottom. I like the way that they put it. Now this looks legit. This makes it look like, so I actually have the first prototype of the Pro Evo. This is the race shoe. This is before they even put Continental. They use some weird liquid rubber thing here. All the elites who race in the shoe, they have a different version for the most part that has rubber laid out like this, Continental. So bro, you can't even buy this in the stores anymore. This is that first gen swag. Yeah, I really need to put this in a hermetically sealed container or something. I think this turned brown. Did this turn brown just sitting in my office? That's crazy, bro. Anyway, we are not going to put this guy in a hermetically sealed container. We are going to run in it. But first, let's throw it on the scale and see how it weighs in to some of these competitors. Kobe. So I should have mentioned here, midsole, it has the Light Strike Pro with a plastic plate. We are not in carbon county like the Mach X2, but still pretty firm. So let's throw this on the scale, coming in at 253 grams. That is decently lightweight. That's decently lightweight for a training shoe. Let's compare that to Super Blast 2, one of the big competitors here. Now, my issue with the Super Blast 2 is it is not a very smooth and enjoyable ride. This is coming in at 277.5 grams. I also threw in a new insole in this guy. I think it's actually a little bit lighter. Let me just take out this insole. 242. Let me see if I can find the other insole. This is just science project now. Alright, this is the original insole from the Saucony ride. I'll just put it up here. 264.5. Reason I switched the insole, because the Super Blast is not a comfortable shoe. Somebody suggested that I do this to add more underfoot comfort and more softness to it, and it worked. I ran in it yesterday and it worked. So this is the insole from the Saucony ride. It has a lot more soft bounce to it. So yeah, Super Blast to me could be choppy. The heel could be chunky, but the performance was great. People think I'm a Super Blast hater. I'm not a hater. I don't like how it feels, but I do really enjoy the performance. It's one of those shoes where you're going to be running 10 to 20 seconds per mile faster over the course of a long run and feel decently protected. It's just this chunky heel has a lot of chop, and the rocker for me wasn't the smoothest. That's where I'm hoping the Evo SL will be better for a lot of runners. That smoother underfoot profile, not going to have as much chop, and because the stack height is a touch lower here, I don't know the official stack numbers, but it looks pretty stacked to me. Camera almost fell down. Last time the light fell down, so somebody said it was light strike because the light struck the shoe. But yeah, it looks pretty smooth to me. So lighter than the Super Blast. That's a good sign. Let's compare it to its in-house competitor, and I don't even know if you call this competitor. It's gonna be really interesting to see how Adidas is gonna differentiate these two shoes. But 266, so it's also lighter than the Boston 12. Look at that, by 10 grams in. So Boston 12 uses two different types of foam. They have the Light Strike Pro on the top and then this Light Strike on the bottom. And if you look at these things, this is why I swear Adidas has changed the formulation of Light Strike Pro. This is cream colored. Let me get the light better on this. This top version of Light Strike Pro on the Boston 12, this is cream colored. On the Evo SL, it's white. It's white. It's white strike. It's not off-white strike. Look at the difference between the top in the Boston 12 and the top on the Evo. It's crazy. That's crazy, bro. So it's definitely going to be a different compound. We'll see. We'll see how they've evolved it. I don't think Adidas is going to mess it up. And here's the thing. I'm reviewing this shoe. I'm excited about this shoe. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is not going to be a bad shoe. Adidas does not make bad shoes. It's just, what is this going to be best for? What types of runners is this going to be best for? I mean, it could be bad, but I highly doubt it's going to be bad. The big brands don't make bad shoes for the most part. Other than the Zoom Fly 6, I did not like that one. So let's throw the Prime X Strung on here. Now this is where it gets interesting because these brands have so much overlap. What's going to be the purpose of having the Evo SL, the Prime X Strung 2, and the Boston 12 all in the same lineup, all using Light Strike Pro, all designed for long runs and marathon training? We'll see. We'll see how Adidas starts to split them up within the lineup. This is 330 grams. So this is really designed for long run cruises. A lot of bigger runners say they love it for the bounce. I put this in the same category as the Super Blast, where I don't love the feeling of it, but the performance is great. Again, I did a 15-mile run this week, and one of the mornings this week, it was completely soaking wet, pouring rain, and I was holding 7 flat pace like nothing. I thought I was going 740 or 750. So the bounce is just incredible. The protection is incredible, but it feels like a clunky, big on foot shoe. This seems way more streamlined, and just in the weight here, this is a lot lighter. This is 70 grams lighter, and there's just less bulk underfoot, and that weight is more evenly distributed because you have weight in the upper as well. So that was the Prime X Strung 2, and then let's throw on, just for fun, the Takumi Sen 8. This is the most legendary speed training shoe and 5K, 10K racing shoe of all time. This thing is so fun, so fast, complete banger. Let me throw it on the scale here. This was actually my first Adidas Adizero running shoe. This is 212 grams. So way lighter than any of these other Adizero shoes. This is designed for short distances, and the ping on this foam. The ping on this race foam, just incredible. This version of Light Strike Pro, something about it was truly special. And you can see they changed the logo. Look at that Light Strike Pro. The Pro is more circular. And then if you take a look at the Boston 12, look at that. They made the Pro more angular. And then on the newest version, it's still angular. It's still angular. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. But oh, hold on, one more. Compared to the Hoka Mach X2, my current favorite in the category, very similar weight. Mach X2 is 264. Adizero SL is 253. Now let's do a QA check. QA check on the Adizero SL or Evo SL. Ooh, what the heck? Wow, that is horrible. That is absolutely terrible. 238 grams on the right side versus, I just gotta check, is there something in here? Versus 253 for the left. Bro, that's not good. That's a 15-gram difference. That's considerable difference. That's one of the biggest differences we've had this year. That's not good. That is not good. I don't know if that's going to inform the ride. It's probably not going to inform the ride experience, but man, that just means there's something weird going on with the production of these. Maybe because it's so early, they still haven't completely dialed in. But hey, if you're going to be hyping these things up, putting them in drawings, you better gosh dang get your QA in check. Adidas. Wow, 238 versus 253. So I don't know if they're supposed to be 238 or if they're supposed to be 253. Either way, that is lighter than the Hoka Mach X2. We'll see how the protection does with the lighter weight. That's going to be my biggest concern today, going super long. Can this thing hang? And that's going to be my question in general. Can this thing hang for longer runs? There's a lot of shoes out there. There's a lot of gosh dang shoes out there. Here's the thing. That can do 5 miles. There's a lot of shoes that can do 10 miles. Matter of fact, let's show you. There's a lot of shoes out here. Random, I'm going to pick a shoe. Cloud Runner 2. It's fine for 5 miles. Once you go up to 10, it starts fading. Cloud Monster Hyper. Now that puppy can sing. That can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 if you need to. Mag Max, that can go 30 if you need to. A6 Nova Blast 4. Ooh, now we're talking. That can do some miles. Topo Cyclone 2. That's not for distance. There's a lot of shoes though. Let me just pull one. Like this guy here. This is the Saucony Ride 17. There's a lot of shoes like this on the market that for most people are going to be completely fine. You can take it out, run 4 miles in it, walk around with it, and we'll be happy. There's not a lot of shoes. And this is where you start getting into the Super Blast conversations. This is where you start getting into the Prime X Strung V1 conversations. And this is where you start getting into the Hoka Mach X2 conversations. There's not a lot of shoes on the market where you can lace it up, put your steel wool socks on in the morning, hit the door, throw up a 23, 24, 25 piece, and be feeling good throughout that run. There's not a lot of shoes on the market, regardless of price point, that can do that. And that's my question here. I know for a fact, without taking one step in this shoe, this is going to be fine for running 30 minutes. This is going to be fine for running 45 minutes. This is going to be fine for running up to an hour. But can it hang with the big dogs? Can it come to Mint Hill and really put in the work? So making breakfast here, 6:32 a.m. It's a bit later than I would like. I usually like leaving for these long runs at 6, but we've been up late the last 2 nights packing all the hobby jogger hats and Supwell orders, so I slept in an hour this morning. It's crazy. This is the thing. 6:30 and I feel like I slept in. I got out of bed 5 something, but that's sleeping in for these Sundays. I like to commit to the 4:30, but it just hasn't been happening. And the thing is, my average sleep, take a look at this. My average sleep over the past week or so dipped down below 7, which is not good. I like to be at about 7.5. So is it going to make a huge difference in performance being at 6:49 versus 7:15? No, not at all. But if I'm consistently getting 6.5, 6, 5, that's not going to be good. So this week I'll do a bigger focus on sleep, but some weeks it's just going to be like this. And when we can get a few extra hours, we got to take them. So that's what I did this morning. And now we just got to fire up this breakfast and hit the road. Look at that. Perfect today. The thing is, these are Dave's. These are not the thick family dough bagels, so they don't take as much firepower. But we no char today. Perfect golden brown. And Charlie told me last night, she said, you got to put them on 3. So look at that. Bang. So this is the pre-long run breakfast. I'm going Dave's Boomin' Blueberry Bagel with the Justin's chocolate hazelnut almond butter. This thing is completely fire. I also ate it before my PR in Chicago. So I usually do one of these. Sometimes I do 2. I was planning to do 2 because we're going super long this morning, but just because of when I woke up, I'm only doing 1. But I will also do one of these Morton drink mixes. So this has some more carbs in there. I think these have, 40 grams? Yeah, it has 40 grams of carbs. This is an additional 40 grams of carbohydrates. Then I'm also going to take the gels with me out there on the run. So I'm going to eat this. Also some black coffee. I'm going to eat this and then we can lace these shoes up and go. One more thing I'll say though, the reason I'm doing this super long run is because I signed up for an ultra. I signed up for my first ultra marathon. Go watch the video I posted yesterday if you have not yet, but it should be fun. All right, so first bite. Here's the thing. It's not burnt, but it didn't get that. It didn't get fully toasted. It's not cold, but it's also not toasted. It's a hard balance. So I was mixing up my Morton here, and I just had a business idea. Let me know what you guys think about this. Morton protection plans. Morton insurance policy. So anytime you buy a box of Morton through Running Warehouse, you can do a $5 add-on. Supwell will be the market maker here. We can provide the insurance. And if your wife throws out a box of Morton, if your husband decides to go into the pantry, take your Morton and throw it in the trash, Supwell and Running Warehouse will give you a new box of Morton. No questions asked. If you're Morton, that's what I'm thinking. Morton protection plans. Supwell provides the insurance. Let me know what you guys think. One more thing before we go. I know people want me to be out here talking about who you calling small. They disrespected me. No, I'm not going to do that. Because you know what we have sitting right here? Hundreds of orders. Let's see. Where's this one going? United Kingdom. Texas. New Jersey. North Carolina. Another Texas. We got orders going to Sweden and Malaysia. I'm not going to be out here talking about who you calling small. We got a global brand now, baby. Let's go. The Brick City. Whew. All right, man. It is cold out here. We are officially in... I was going to say we're officially in winter, but that is patently false. We're not officially in winter. We're officially in fall, but it feels like winter out here. Whew, okay. All right, stepping in. Not a soft and squishy, comfortable step-in feel here. Now, this is not designed to be a super soft and squishy comfort shoe, but man, the fit is perfect. People were saying they had to go up half a size in this. No, if anything, so this is a 10.5. If anything, this has room. This has room in the front. It's not a short, shallow fit, which is nice. But yeah, step in here is firm. Reminds me of stepping into a Boston 12 or another speed training shoe. And man, my new thing is the insole. I might have to mess around and make Supwell sock liners. Supwell sock liners with some Piba that you could buy and replace, because a lot of these brands are out here with the budget. Oh, this is glued down. I can just rip it out though. Look at this insole. I just ripped this out. I don't know why I did that. Hopefully it's not sliding around everywhere. That was mildly reckless. What's the point of gluing it down though if you can just rip it out like that? But look at this. Look how thin that is. Look how thin that is. So, not the most comfortable. Let's see if I can get it back in. It's basically like running on top of a thin piece of cardboard right on top of the foam. But the foam underfoot should do most of the job. What I've come to learn is that the insole, so that piece that I just ripped out, that's going to be mostly there for step-in comfort. So that immediate, So that's why people love those Brooks shoes so much, right? When they walk into a store and put their foot in. And you can get deceived a lot of the time and think a shoe is much softer than it is just because it has a good insole. Yeah, insole in this is not good. The step-in comfort is non-existent. And Adidas is trying to position this as some sort of a lifestyle shoe. I told you, one of my friends from college, Logan Slater, she works at Hype Bay, and she got a pair of these. She was doing some photo shoot. So they're trying to make this, tongue drama. You see that? It's all folded up. Yeah, they're trying to make this a hype shoe for all the hype beasts and hype bays out there. I don't know, man. It's probably more comfortable than a Stan Smith or a pair of Dunks, but it's not more comfortable than the Prima or the Ultra Boost or the Bandai or the Ghost Max. All right, walk test here. I got to put on the gloves for the walk test. It is, oh my gosh, it's cold. Bro, I'm seriously not built for this. I might need to move to California where it doesn't get cold. This is just complete shenanigans. Had to hit him with that Dan Amos shot one time, coming clean on my DA. These boys don't even know who Dan Amos is. Bro, my guy Dan is putting in work with the drip every day on the Supwell app, putting in mileage and posting feet pics. Dan, let me know how I'm doing. Is this a Dan certified shot right here? Alright. You can feel the race foam. I'm excited. You can feel the race foam in these. It's feeling so good. I don't care that the insole is trash. That's nitpicking right there. It would be nice to add some more pop and step-in comfort, but once I can actually feel this foam compressing underfoot, look at this. Ooh, that's race foam, baby. It feels like race foam. So I'm excited to see how this thing does. Look at that compression. We'll see how it's doing at mile 23, though. So plan for this run. We're going to go at least 26. Maybe even Steph Curry, if we're feeling it. But we're going long this morning. We're ultra marathon training, so we got to put up some numbers. Let's do it. I'm freezing. Okay, let's just get out of here. Holy cow, I'm shivering. All right, let's do this thing. Whew. Dude, it's cold. It's cold.
This might have been pants weather. I have my shorts on. Yeah, this might have been long sleeve base layer weather. 42 degrees. That's cold for me. I'm shivering. But early overreaction, this is fine, but it doesn't feel nearly as cushioned as the Super Blast or Mach X2. And of course not Prime X Strong. My early overreaction is this feels lightweight, not in the sense of putting it on a scale, as in featherweight. This doesn't feel like a heavy hitter. We'll have to see that. The reason why I love the Boston 12, it was super robust. It felt like it could stand up to anything. This feels like a slightly bouncier daily trainer. But hey, maybe that's what they're going for with this. Oh, gosh. All right, I am super cold. I don't know how I'm gonna make it. It's too cold for me. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna turn this thing off. I'm gonna try to warm up. This is unsafe. This is borderline unsafe to run in. 40 degrees Fahrenheit. This is dangerous. I don't know if I can do this. I might have to go home. Oh my goodness. I'm legit shivering. My hands are in pain. I also have exposed skin everywhere. This is not okay. I'm gonna try to warm up. You guys watched the episode with Connor Mance at the Olympics when they were running around St. Moritz in those big white suits? That's what I need right now. I need one of those marshmallow suits. Oh gosh. All right, mile one. I seriously might need to get my fingers amputated after this. It is so cold. Oh gosh. Whew. Ride this thing though. It's smooth. Decent bounce to it. Just doesn't feel like a heavy hitter though. Alright, here's my early overreaction. This is a daily trainer. This is a solid daily trainer. This feels like a modern workhorse. My bottle's leaking. It's not good. Yeah, early overreaction. This feels like a standard daily trainer with some bounce. Now, it's not a bad thing, especially given the price point, $150. But it's not, so far, not living up to the hype. And dare I say, this does not feel like real Light Strike Pro, which is not something Adidas typically does. If they say Light Strike Pro, it's usually Light Strike Pro. It also could be the cold, but so far I'm not getting that bounce, as much bounce as I'd expect. But it's probably just the cold. I can't even think straight. I'll see you guys in a little bit. This is just ridiculous. Please drop your running glove recommendations in the comments. I can't move my fingers right now. My bottle's loose, but I don't have the dexterity to tighten it because my fingers are numb. Not even 2 miles in, my fingers are numb. Oh gosh. This is gonna be a sad way to go out. Hypothermia on a long run in North Carolina. Mile 2. Starting to get more of that Light Strike Pro bounce, even just 2 miles in here. I don't know what pace I'm going, and pace today does not matter at all. This is all about time on feet. But this is solid. Smooth ride. The geometry, very similar to that Pro Evo, which is nice. And I said in that Pro Evo first run review, man, a good rocker can do wonders for a shoe. The rocker here is beautiful. This might be the best training rocker the streets have seen since the Endorphin Speed 3. So yeah, so far for 150, this is a banger. Oh, I see some water. Yep, that's Continental. That I can smell some Continental, boys. Sorry. I think the weirder I act, the warmer I get. So I'm just gonna keep being weird. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a 150 banger. Ride's still not blowing me away, but what Adidas is so great at doing is making these shoes that just work, like Brooks, making these shoes that just work. Bro, she's in the full goose down puffer with the puff hat. I'm out here looking like a North Carolinian chicken with my chicken legs out and my ears exposed. Is not good. And I barely have any proprioception in my fingertips. That's a hill. That's a hill. I already told you, we're going hunting for hills. It's ultra season. SZN. Let's go. Bro, I went inside to grab something and Mason was up. She wrote a whole book this morning. She legit wrote a whole book this morning. Had a beginning, middle, and end. And she had cut up paper and stapled it together so it looked like a book. We gotta get Supwell Kids going. There's got to be some way I can monetize that. And I know, man, people want me to be out here saying, Adidas, who you calling small? No, I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man. We're sending packs to London. We're sending packs to Sydney. We're sending packs to 5 out of the 7 continents. I'm not gonna be out here talking about some who you calling small anymore, because it's just preposterous to the notion of us getting called small. It is laughable. Sending truckers through to the EU, doing big numbers like I'm Larry June, keeping the merch on deck. And you know the name, the respect, Supwell Running. Let's go. And I'm really enjoying these shoes so far, I gotta say. This Light Strike Pro is gonna take some breaking, but man, it's light on foot, smooth, direct, more ground feel and control than you'd expect out of a shoe like this. We just gotta see how it's gonna feel at mile 10, 15, 20. But so far, almost 3 miles in, this is a beaut. This is a beaut. Like my Canadians say. By the way, we're sending packs up to Canada. We're worldwide. We are worldwide, baby. Call me Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. I'm trying to get into 6 out of 7 of the continents. So if you live in Africa, let me know. I'm sending free hobby jogger hats to the motherland today only. Sign up for the Supwell app, DM me. Today only, first 3 brothers from the motherland, you getting free hobby jogger hats. Sending hobby jogger bricks to Uganda. Put some respect on the motherland. We got bigger distribution than Adidas. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be out here talking about who you calling small. I'm sending packs to Africa. I'm sending packs to Sweden. I'm sending packs through to Germany. I'm literally sending packs right by the Adidas HQ. Hobby jogger hats, Supwell race shirts, mileage shirts, international. So I'm not gonna be out here who you call it small. We off that, man. Business is booming. The brand is strong, baby. Rappers always talk about wiping somebody's nose. I could use somebody to come help wipe my nose right now. It is very drippy. All right, I chugged a lot of Morton and water before this, so I'm gonna take a quick pit stop right by the official Super Blast 2 P spot. And we can get back on track. Oh man, the P spot's a lot less concealed than it was just a few months ago. All right, that was mile 4. If we go 30, that's only a marathon left. I think I got a marathon left in me. It's like a 4-mile warm-up into a marathon. Let's go. Put up a 30 piece. Yeah, this water ball's leaking everywhere though. That's not good. But I'm gonna do a first gel here and then take gels every 4 miles. I'm gonna go, let's see. I had to put it in my back pocket because this bottle only fits 4 gels. Bang. Morton caffeinated. Mafia. I know you guys want to see me in my disrespect bag. I'm not going there. The disrespect bag, I put that up in the attic. That's away. The mice are probably chewing it and pooping on it up in the attic. No, we got the gratitude bag out this morning. I'm grateful that the hobby jogger community made my city more famous than the mayor did. I'm grateful that we're sending packs to 5 of 7 continents. I'm grateful that we're out here on a beautiful morning stringing together a Steph Curry. Stringing together a Steph Curry. Chef Curry with the pod, boy! 360 with the wrist, boy! What the heck you think this is, boy? Supwell, man, we really with the stuff, boy! I should probably send a hit because I got other hits, boy. I always look back on this and I say, what was I thinking? I was on one. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna leave it in. Also, man, if you bought a shirt and a hat, thank you. And let me tell you, when you take those shirts out of the boxes or the bags, just know, those were packed with love. Charlie packed every single one of those boxes and bags. I was picking them, she was packing them, she hand folded every single one of those shirts. That's love right there. We're sending out love across the world. It's the family business and we're grinding. We're sending out love. I told you yesterday, no more negativity. We're shipping love. We're shipping love bricks to 5 out of 7 continents. That was mile 6, by the way. We just got a 24 left. We just got a Kobe left. That's light work. I can go 24 any day of the week. You can't stop me. Hill who? It's not even a hill. This is not even a hill. I know you want me in that disrespect bag this morning. I'm not gonna do it. I'm on my Destiny Child. I'm in my love bag on that Destiny's Child because I'm gonna make him say my name, say my name. Say my name, say my name. Running Warehouse still sending those affiliate checks through with the name misspelled. But guess what? They're tripling every quarter. Say my name, say my name. Out here on that Destiny's Child. What did Kanye say? Kanye, but some of the blacks still say Kane. Mile 7. We just got an MJ left. We just got a 23 piece left. That is nothing. That's nothing. You can't stop me. All right, mile 8 here. About to leave the neighborhood. Shoes feeling good. Light, bouncy, easy to run in. Almost feels like this is what New Balance was trying to do with the Rebel in SC Trainer V3, but Adidas just accomplished it way better and $30 cheaper than the SC Trainer. Craziness. Time for another gel. Mile 8 here. Regular Morton this time. Mile 9, let me tell you this right now, man. This is so much better than the Nike Gloomfly bricks. If you're still trying to force yourself to like that shoe, stop lying to yourself. That's not a good shoe. That's not a good shoe. Man, my foot was slamming against the plate of that one. Just no protection, no pop. This is so much better. Rocker is great. Protection is better. Lighter weight. Everything about this shoe clears. This clears the Gloomfly. Also crazy that this is $10 more expensive than the Rebel. That was mile 10, by the way. I think I'm cruising at about a 7 flat pace. But yeah, I ran into a fresh pair of the Rebels earlier this week, the Action Bronson edition, and this is just miles better, so much better. And it doesn't feel like a plated shoe. I'm guessing the nylon plate in here is super thin, but it's not harsh at all. Comfort is decent. Fit is better for me than the Rebel. All around, just better. And again, it's not blowing me away. This is not like the Prime X Strong where I'm gonna be singing from the rooftop, this is the best running shoe ever created. It's just a solid shoe. The materials are good, the build feels sturdy, the bounce is nice, the weight difference is weird. If anybody else has a pair of these, let me know if you weighed them for that QA check. But other than that, no red flags with this. It's a great shoe. 10 miles in. We got 20 more to go though. Check back in a few. All right, let's play a game. How many Teslas at the pickleball courts today? Man, I need an all gray 990 New Balance colorway of these. That's the vibe. It's just, oh man, oh man, oh man. Right out of the gates here, we got two Model Ys just stacked. That's a bingo right there. Bada boom, bada bang. All right, two. We got a Model X on the side here, right next to a, what is that, a Model S. That's four. All right, 4 Teslas at the pickleball courts today, and it seems they flock together. Shout out to the pickleballers putting in work. Really wish I could use copyright music or drop Larry June Cardo. Feeling good today, right here. I'm feeling good today. Feeling good today, cruising by Happy Hollow Drive. What could be sweeter? Nothing. The mileage, baby. So I know a lot of people probably listening to this at their desk or on their commute on Monday, not watching. Just look up and watch for a second. Let me share a slice of Carolina sunshine to brighten up your Monday. Look at this. We should do supwall candles. That'd be a good candle scent. Carolina sunshine. Would smell like Morton and insole sweat. How could I be mad? How could I be getting in my disrespect bag? No. From the cobblestone streets of Lowell, Massachusetts, and now we're sipping Carolina sunshine, sending packs to Sweden. How could I be mad? All right, mile 12, time for another gel. I'm gonna do Morton caffeinated. I'm serious about the Africa thing. If you want a free hobby jogger hat and you live in Africa, email me or DM me on the Supwell app. We're sending packs through to the motherland like Akon. If you were brighter, yeah, Mr. Soul Survivor, yeah. Everybody know the game, don't stop, trying to make it to the top. I'm gonna get popped now. Cause you were brighter, yeah, Mr. Soul Survivor. Tonight I can't sleep, I'm living again. All right, man, shout out to the hobby cricketers putting in work. Let's go. Nice play. Nice play. I don't even know what this is, but I found a nature trail in the park. So let's see how these things do on this nature trail. So far, so good. It's only a 3/4 of a mile though. What? All right, that was mile 13. So let me tell you right now, Evo SL, these are half marathon certified, for sure. Man, I've lived in this area for 3 years. I didn't even know this trail existed. It's under a mile, but look at that. I signed up for an ultra, now I'm finding random trails in my backyard. And disc golf course. The hobby disc golfers are not out today. Hobby lifters and high roxers also not out today. Tells me a lot. That tells me a lot. Alright, pit stop number 2. I'm very hydrated. Also do a quick rearrange of these gels. The thing is, I'm more concerned today with getting time on feet, not crushing pace, so stopping here and there for a minute is totally fine. And they have water. Perfect. Oh man, we got the hobby soccerites out here. Alright, let's do this thing. We're at 13 and a half, so 16 and a half to go. See you in a few. You know why this shoe is great? Because it's Adidas just giving the people what they want. This is exactly what we want. 100% Light Strike Pro daily trainer. Bang. All right, we're almost halfway through here. Feeling good. I hope I had the audio from the first part, because the little audio bar on the screen was not showing until now. So that would be highly tragic. But if we didn't, you know what? It's all good. The show must go on. And if we did, then this is probably going to be a 2-hour video. Alright, mile 15, officially halfway through. We just got to keep stringing them together. Fueling is good. Shoes are feeling good. We just gotta keep going. So I'm running over here to a new neighborhood that I used to run in. Haven't been here for a while. It's called Joli Cheval, or Happy Horse. If we got any hobby Frenchmen out there, let me know how my pronunciation is. Joli Cheval. And let me tell you about Joli Cheval. This thing has some hills. It's got horses and it's got hills. And I'm looking for some elevation. This neighborhood is bougie too. Look at this. So we're running on Lawyers Road. You know how I know it's bougie? Because they made the street name something you can't pronounce. What even is that? Piaffe Lane. This is where the Mint Hillionaires live. It's baller status. Even the neighborhoods within the neighborhood have names. It's crazy. Look at these things. Oh man, bombing it downhill. Yeah, not as much protection in these things as the Super Blast, that's for sure. That might be the one flaw. Hills. Ooh, man, this neighborhood has some hills. This will beat up the legs really good. Look at that. There's a gated community inside the community, the enclave. Those are the type of houses where they have an annex. You know what an annex is? I don't really know what an annex is, but I could tell you that house over there behind the fence, it has one. It also has a foyer. This one, that's nothing. That's broke boy status compared to the house behind the fence. And this is where the real big ballers of Mint Hill live. I got a few more million hobby jogger hats to sell before we get over here. I mean, look at that thing. Talk about bang. That thing has its own chapel. You come to a neighborhood like this, you have to reevaluate your entire life. Their lawn care is worth more than my entire education. But here's the thing, you can come to a neighborhood like this and you can either get mad or you can get motivated. Now, it's not necessarily my dream to have a giant house, but if that's your dream, you just gotta go out there and put in the work. You know how most of these people got these houses? This is what people call new money. New money. You know what that means? You know what new money means? Some people turn up their nose. Oh, new money. You know what new money is? That means you worked your behind off to do something with your life, and you made something out of nothing. That's what new money is. So I look around at all this, I say, heck yeah, good for you. Keep going, keep putting in that work. That's motivation. That's motivation. You can get mad or you can get motivated. These people earned it. You know what my dream is? My dream is to be able to do this and not worry about responding to somebody's Slack messages about a gosh darn slide deck. That's a pretty reasonable dream, huh? I think we're about 3 to 9 months away. We just gotta keep grinding. And look at this. This is the pièce de résistance of Joli Cheval. Look at this thing. I wish I had a drone to send up here. It's a full Mediterranean estate in the middle of rural North Carolina. His entire horse stable right there is bigger than my house. That's about 4 times the square footage of every single house I've lived in combined. Dude, his house right here, this is the main house, is bigger than my daughter's private school. He's this type of guy who'll call you broke without even saying a word. Gosh dang. His gate is worth more than my Jeep. All right, look at this. We finally have some horses out in Joli Cheval, a happy horse. Look at that. No hobby equestrians out here this morning, huh? I don't see any hobby equestrians putting in work. There's another hill. Woo! Elevation Nation. That's mile 17. Only got a half marathon to go. Light work. Josh Allen down, Court Warner up. Man, this is the biggest hill in Men Hill. I used to come over here last summer and just get wrecked. I'm stronger now though. This hill used to humble me. Not today. Not today. Ride 'em, cowboy. Giddy up. Giddy up. You can't stop me. Oh, I see a hobby equestrian. Shout out to them putting in work. Man, if you live in Charlotte and you want a Boston Marathon simulator, come out to Joli Cheval. Of course, we got the G-Wagons. What else? What else would be rolling through Joli Cheval other than a G-Wagon? Bro, those grain silos just called me broke. Looking down on me. They said, get your money up, little boy. This is where the real grind starts. It's about 2 miles back, rolling hills again. And this is straight uphill. But we got juice today. We got juice today. Let's go. Woo! That guy's the biggest concrete distributor in all of the southeastern US. This guy invented the modern porcelain toilet. Not the whole thing, just the, you know, the back part with the water, the easy flush system. That's this guy's claim to fame. These hills can't break me. Not today. These hills can't break me. Not today. These hills cannot break me. Not today. Too strong. This is what happens when you put up dang near 5,000 miles in 1 year. Hills can't break me. Hills can't break me. Hills can't break me. Not today. Hobby job, are you serious? That G-Wagon's license plate was G, you're slow. Are you serious? Whew. All right, we're at a Joli Cheval. Hobby Jogger Nation 1, Joli Cheval 0. We just upped the score on them. Hills can't break me. Thing is, I have another gigantic hill just to dig out of here. Woo! Mile 20, 6:47 pace. Almost back to the main road. Grinding. 10 more to go. Grinding. Hills did not break me today. Kept it sub 7 on all those hills. Now we got 10 more. That's light. That's a Monday morning jog. Bluebirds are out today. So back to the neighborhood here. I'm gonna do one more loop and we'll be good. But man, my legs have a hill hangover, so it's just gonna be keeping that mustard on it for this last 10. Let's go. Mile 22. We got an hour left. That's nothing. That's just an episode of your girl's favorite Netflix show. That's nothing. 1 hour, 8 miles. Let's go. I'm fighting to stay focused right now. Fighting. Just focus on today. Keep fighting. 7 miles left, baby. MJ down, Michael Vick up. Let's go. Just fight for the focus. We're killing all weakness right now. Let's go. Who else but me? Who else but me? Who else but us? Let's go. Grind. That's a marathon down. And the marathon down. Adrian Peterson down. Brett Favre up. 4 more. You can't stop us. We've been grinding for so long, we made the dang leaves fall off the trees. All right, we just crossed longest run territory, just past 27. Let's go. Last hill, baby. Last hill. Almost at mile 28. They call me hobby jogger Tom Cruise. I do all my own stunts. Flexing on them. Flexing on them. About to drop a Corey Dillon. We just got a Doug Flutie left. Man, you gotta look in the mirror and say, who's the best out? Me. Who's the hardest out? Me. Who's gonna wake up today and boss up? Me. That's up well, man. That's standing on business. Mr. Worldwide. Who's gonna have the most fun? Me. Most underrated out of the Southeast since Shea Gilgis. Dropping 30 on him out the Southeast like Shea Gilgis. Who's grinding the hardest? Me. Boy, that Morton's kicking now. Mile 29, up the hill, 6:52 pace. This is complete shenanigans mode. We just leveled up. Last mile, I'm just gonna send it. Morning. Woo! Mile 30, 6:37. Exactly 11 a.m. Let's go. I'm not even gonna stop at 30. I'm gonna jog it out. Jog it back out. Let's go, baby. Standing on business back at the shoe market. Let's finish this bad boy out. Look at that. Woo! 30.22 miles, 6 minute and 58 second pace. That's 3 hours and 30 minutes. The crazy thing is, here's the weird and crazy thing about marathon training, ultra marathon training, endurance sports in general. So I just ran 30 miles, but that's a 3 hour and 30 minute session. If somebody's training for a marathon, their first marathon, and they're going to finish in 4.5, 5 hours, and they go out for a 20-mile long run,
they might be out there for longer than that. So while that is a lot of time or distance, 30 miles, because I was doing it at a sub 7-minute pace, I was only out there for 3:30. But man, that was a good session. It's now we need to switch focus to calorie replenishment. And of course, this is just halftime because I have to do a full analysis on how the shoe performed. Man, we did roads. We even did a little bit of trails. Look at this, Light Strike Pro. This thing is looking solid. Adidas shoes are just absolute tanks. Man, I'm going to say this real quick because I know I pop out with a lot of shoes. The shoes are one piece of it, but it's also just the consistency. The consistency. All right, I'm going to get some water, quick shower, and we can pop out here and do the breakdown.
You know what Currency said? Showing no signs of letting up, still kick you in the head, like I think you're on the verge of getting up. I felt that bar for sure. I already told you guys, it's not Tish out here, this is not Juilliard, but I'm trying to make sure we get the right angles. We get the right angles on the Evo SL. I mean, Adidas wants to send this to my friend Logan Slater over at Hype Bay. So it's a fashion shoe. We gotta make sure we get the right lighting and the right angles on this. Look at that. Look at that Evo SL. Ultra marathon tested, baby. Just put up 30. I could have hit him with the 50K. How much is a 50K? 31 miles. I could have hit him with the 50K. I had to stop at 30 miles. This is what I'm doing. A little post-run, non-alcoholic trail pass. This is the thing. I told you guys yesterday, my only partner on the channel right now is Running Warehouse. And I can't really tell you to buy the Evo SL through Running Warehouse yet, because they don't have it. You can buy your Morton through Running Warehouse. And by the way, if you sign up for the Supwell app, which is $1 a month until this week, the lowest tier is going up to $5 per month. But everyone else who's in at $1, you will be grandfathered in. So make sure to get in. And if you sign up for the Supwell app, you get an exclusive discount code that takes 10% off of all fuel and clearance shoes and 20% off of apparel like Gonya. I don't know how, if you buy winter running gear, it's a no-brainer to sign up for the Supwell app because you can get 20% off all, bro, I can barely talk. Let me just drink this non-alcoholic beer. 20% off all apparel. I told you, it's only halftime. We got to put up a 30-piece, and now we got to come out here and stand on business. I'm trying to make Supwell booming. We got to take it to the next level. So sign up for the app. Check out the running shoe matcher, supwell.io. That's the website. It's still a .io. I'm trying to buy supwell.com. The thing is, they're telling me it's a premium domain. So they're trying to tax me out here for supwell.com. I already own hobbyjogger.com. If you go to hobbyjogger.com, that's where you can buy all the merch. We still have some sizes left. I think we still have XLs left, some larges left of the shirts, and I'm going to reload on the hats soon. I'm going legit with this. We're going to have the hats and the shirts and everything probably 365. That's my goal with it. I'm trying to take this to the next level. Right now, this is the side. This is the side thing. I still have the 9 to 5, but hey, we come out here, we grind, we put in the miles, we put in the work, and we'll see where it can go. We got goals though. Let's throw up the run for today. 30-mile long run in the Evo SL. A thick bed of Light Strike Pro, plastic plate, not very flexible at all. Yeah, this is not a super flexible shoe, not a super soft shoe either. But this is a great shoe. There's not very many training shoes that I would want to take out of the box and run 30 miles. The last time I did this, I did 23 miles in the Nike Zoom Fly 6. And man, that thing is not good. That is not a good shoe. This just confirms it. This just confirms it. This is so much lighter, so much smoother. I can't feel the plate at all. And guess what? This is 100% of this Lightstrike Pro. Now, I'm still not convinced this is the same Lightstrike Pro that's in the race shoes, but it performs decently well. It performs like Lightstrike Pro. It might not be as bouncy and as protective, but it's still solid. So another thing I want to do is someone actually reached out to me a few months ago, a chemical engineer, and he offered to have me shave off samples of the foam and send it to him. And this is one of those things where I have so many things on my plate, we just never coordinated and figured it out. I got to get back to him, but I think that would be really cool, because then we could lab test the foam here, lab test the Lightstrike Pro and the Takumi Sen 8, lab test it on the Adios Pro 4 when I get that, and we can see, is it all the same supercritical TPEE? Does this have some EVA blended into it? I don't know. But in terms of the feel, the ride experience, very smooth. That's the number one quality of this shoe. It's not the softest and it's not the firmest. It's right in that middle zone. And it's one of those shoes where I didn't necessarily even think of it being soft or firm underfoot. As I was running along, it didn't feel like it was squishing down. It also didn't feel like it was giving me a ton of resistance. So the main quality that I did notice was the rocker. And you look at this, like that Evo Pro 1, it is very smooth underfoot with this rocker. It has a beautiful rocker. That's the best quality of the shoe. And when I was out here doing that Evo 1 first run review, I told you guys, man, a good rocker can make or break a shoe. That's what made this thing an absolute banger. That's what was holding the Boston 12 back from absolute greatness. It was not the Lightstrike on the bottom. It was not the standard EVA on the bottom. And the thing is, Boston 12 has that dual foam. So race foam on the top, training foam on the bottom with the rods in the middle. This is 100% of whatever type of Lightstrike this is, or Lightstrike Pro. Very smooth. The Boston is choppier on the back, and the Boston is also firmer underfoot. So definitely softer and smoother than the Boston, firmer than something like the Saucony Endorphin Speed shoes, also more protective than the Saucony Endorphin Speed shoes, and of course, the grip is great. So let me go through, let's throw up these splits again. Hold on, I need a drink of this beer. Let me see if I can get through this full analysis before I completely shoo. Here's the thing. Anytime I run over 21 miles, that's my threshold right now. Anytime I run over 21 miles, I know I'm gonna absolutely crash at some point in the day. So we gotta stay on top of the fueling. I saw Charlie had some food in there for me. Let's just try to get through this thing. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, splits. Okay, so first few miles, nothing remarkable. I told you, early overreaction, this feels fine. And that's my early overreaction to nearly every single Adidas shoe that I run in. They don't blow me away out of the gates, other than the Adizero SL, the daily trainer, non-plated daily trainer. This is my first time mentioning that shoe. That's a complete banger. And that compared to this, that is so much softer and so much less protective. This feels way more supportive. I would not want to go 30 miles in the Adizero SL. I did take it 23 miles and it was fine, but this is way better. I would not want to run a marathon in the Adizero SL. And this is also $20, only $20 more expensive. So if you're marathon training, this is the one I would get for sure. But for first 30 minutes to an hour, nothing spectacular. Once we pass that 6, 7, 8 mile mark, whew, we got to keep going, man. We got to keep going. It's showbiz. The show must go on. It doesn't matter. 30-piece marathon, we got to do the breakdown. Once we pass that 6, 7, 8 mile mark, that's where the shoe started getting its character, that smoothness, that bounce. And that's when I could tell, and I already knew this, man, Adidas doesn't make bad shoes, but this is just such a solid shoe. And I know the question is going to be, does it live up to the hype? And that's a complicated one to ask because, like I said, my friend Logan Slater over at Hype Bay got this 2-3 months ago. So Adidas is doing their best to drive as much hype as possible for this thing. Hold on, I just got a ping of anxiety that my audio was off or something. Oh, look at that. Look at that lighting. Oh, that's the lighting I was waiting for. Look at that. Look at that pop. That is a smooth looking shoe right there. Bada bing, bada bang. But Adidas is doing their best job as possible, and I just have to hype myself up before I crash right here because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. You can't run 30 without taking a dirt nap later in the day. Man, you know what I'd love to do? Just go sit in there, order some vegan buffalo wings, watch football Sunday, put my feet up. But you know what we're going to be doing? You know what we're gonna be doing? Trapping out the shoe market, picking and packing orders, sending them out to Sweden, sending them out to Germany, hopefully sending some to Uganda and Ghana and South Africa if some people take me up on my free merch request. And then I'm gonna be chopping up the footage to give the product to the people. That's what we're gonna be doing after putting up a 30-piece. Adidas is trying to make this thing dang near off-white. Rest in peace, Virgil Abloh. They're trying to make this thing a Pharrell street hit. They want this to be a crossover lifestyle and running shoe, which is cool because that's never really happened before. And if you look at the Evo, the race shoe, they had Pharrell at the Olympics. Was it the Olympics opening ceremony? It was something like that, or some fashion event. They had Pharrell walking down a runway in the Evo SL. So they're trying to make this silhouette, and the race shoe has a very similar silhouette to this. They're trying to make it pop. They're trying to make it cool. They're trying to make it culture. Is it culture? That's not for me to say. That's not for me to say. Go ask Logan Slater over at Hype Bay, who got the shoe from Adidas. You can go DM Logan Slater on Instagram, and she'll tell you if it's culture or not. I'm just gonna tell you if it's performance or not. And does it live to the performance hype? It's hard because, like I said, it doesn't blow me away, but man, if I can come out here, put up a 30-piece, and by the way, my left calf has been bothering me this whole week since I did that speed workout in the Rebel V4. And by the way, I'll tell you this right now. This is why I look at the back. What does the back of the shirt say? It says mileage, not speed. And I knew when I was doing that Rebel V4 workout in the Action Bronson video, I was like, man, I'm forcing it today. And guess what? I messed up my calf. Now, it's not painful, it's just tight, and it will go away. It's one of these things where I know my body and these things go away, but it's just annoying. So I ran on that today. It's probably like a 2 out of 10. But that's why I always say mileage, not speed. We don't want to force it. We don't want to force speed. But for crushing some mileage, this thing was solid. It's a smooth cruiser, and the performance for that was great. Right around that 3-hour marathon pace. So I ran 3:30, I ran for 3 hours and 30 minutes, 30-mile run. That's about a 3-hour marathon or 3:05-hour marathon. I did take 2 breaks. I took a break to use the bathroom at mile 4 and a break to use the bathroom at mile 14. But it was solid. It felt protective. It felt like it had some pop. Now, it's not the bounciest shoe, and that's why I'm saying the performance didn't blow me away. It's not like my first experience with the Hoka Cielo X1 or the Hoka Skyward X, but it's one of those shoes where the best qualities of it are what it is not. It's not heavy. It's not uncomfortable. It's not awkward. It's not clunky. It just gets out of the way completely. It gets out of the way completely, and it lets me run. And putting up a 30-piece on tired legs, that was a 115-mile week. I came into this run on 85 miles, putting up a 30-piece in it. That's awesome. Now, is it as bouncy and exciting as the Prime X Strung? No, absolutely not. But it's also not as awkward as the Prime X Strung. It's not as wobbly. And the stability isn't amazing, but it's good stability. Also, it looks pretty good, but you already knew that from my friend Logan Slater over at Hype Bay. And it has the grip. So in terms of the performance, if you've run in the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3 or the Hoka Mach X2, you're not gonna be blown away by this, but for $150, and this is what Adidas is doing. They're shoving it in, trying to undercut the competition at $150. They're also trying to make it this hybrid lifestyle performance shoe to get a viral hit and leverage the power of run clubs right now. That's their strategy with this shoe. They want it to be cool. They want to drive up the hype and demand, and it's gosh dang working. Look at the Supwell app. Look at the forums, man. People are posting, oh, this website has it, and everyone is buying it. As soon as there's any availability, people are buying it. It's crazy to me. Now, is it going to be the best shoe in your rotation? Maybe. If you're coming from something like a Nike Pegasus or an Asics Nova Blast 4, this is going to be a nice upgrade. This is going to be great for picking up the pace. Also, like today, great for longer runs. And I don't actually know how much stack is in here. I'm guessing low 40s in the back, probably 6mm drop to mid 30s in the front. It feels protective, but not the most protective. And if you don't like the feeling of a big stack of foam underfoot, someone was asking me for lightweight long run shoes, this would be great. If you like shoes like the Rebel V3, Nike Peg Plus, Hoka Mach 5, you're gonna love this. This is like the Hoka Mach 5 with everything that was wrong about that shoe fixed. The drop feels the same, the foam feels really similar to the Hoka Mach 5, but you get a rubber outsole here with Continental, and you get a full bed of race foam versus the Mach 5 that didn't even have race foam. So this combines a lot of the elements of my favorite shoes of all time, and like the Hoka Mach 5 though, it's not gonna be the most exciting, crazy, mind-blowing ride. It's just gonna be solid. So where does this slot into the market? At $150, it's a hybrid daily trainer and speed shoe. Now this category of shoes historically has been hybrid daily trainer and race shoe. But this is even one step between that. This is between the Mach 5 and Mach X2. Mach X2 is crazier bounce, more amped. But I mean, I think the durability on this thing is gonna be wild. Let's take a look. Yeah, man. Look at that. Full rubber coverage on the bottom. We gotta clean these up. Upper issues are fixed as well, and that was the main issue people had with the Boston 12. People were cutting up uppers left and right on the Boston 12. You're not gonna need to cut this upper up. It feels good. I was jamming my foot towards the end back here, but I think my feet just expanded after 30 miles today. So in between, it's a daily trainer speed shoe mix. You could use this as your one shoe, and it doesn't feel too harsh or aggressive, which is nice as well. Again, it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel aggressive. It doesn't feel awkward. It's just smooth. It's comfortable in the sense that it's not uncomfortable, and it gets the job done. It's a speed workhorse, lightweight speed workhorse. If you like the Rebels of the world, if you like the Machs of the world, you're gonna absolutely love this thing. Now, availability is gonna be an issue. I don't even know when they're doing a wide drop of this. I think Adidas is gonna do another one in December, and some local stores might be getting it, so keep an eye out for that. But if you can't find it, Mach X2 is great. Adizero SL2 is great if you want something softer. And if you have a rotation of shoes, it's likely that you have something already that can do what this does. But most certainly half marathon certified. Would I run another full marathon in this again? And this is where it gets difficult, because I've tested 100 plus shoes this year. I think this might be my 100th shoe, and if not, it's coming soon. I've done a lot of shoes this year. Probably not. I'd probably take another shoe to run a marathon, but if I were going on a trip, for example, and I were taking only one shoe, this would be it. I also think they should release an all gray. I said this out there, an all gray New Balance 990 style colorway on this. That would be fire. This is not a white shoe colorway, or not. It's not a white colorway shoe. That gives the impression that it's this fast, streamlined feeling, aggressive thing, and it's more of a workhorse. It's more of a lightweight workhorse. It's a gray. It needs a gray colorway or a blue colorway. It's a blue or a gray type of shoe, and it has a lot of the spirit of the Adios Pro 3 or the Takumi Sen. So yes, half marathon. I would not probably get this to run a full marathon. It will be fine. Like I did today, I did 30 miles in it, and it was great. But just compared to everything else out there, I would probably go for a real race shoe. But hey, if you're training for your first half marathon, you could have this, and then you could have a max stack shoe like a New Balance 1080 V13, rotate between those two for everything, and that would be great. So that's where I really think this is gonna have a lot of value once it is widely available, and I know it's gonna be widely available. Don't freak out. I guarantee you by this spring, you'll be able to pick this up for 120 somewhere. You'll be able to get it. Adidas is not Asics. They're not going to constrain the supply for this long. They're just drumming up their demand. And they have done, from a marketing and business strategy standpoint, they've done an incredible job hyping this up, man. It was hard for me. I've been trying to get my hands on this for about a month, and I'm the Don. And guess what? Someone hit me up because we have scouts, and they said, bro, I got you, and I eventually got it. So it doesn't matter, man. I don't need it from Adidas. I got my own sources. we got rats, or they got rats in their circle. No, no disrespect back. I already told you. Say my name, when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. All right, what other questions are people gonna have before I fade? Let me try to think. Yeah, upper is good, true to size. I get 10.5 in everything. The only shoes this year where I got 10.5 and got banged were the Asics Metaspeed shoes. Everything else, literally everything else that I've tested, I've gotten 10.5 and been fine. Actually, no, Tier Valkyrie Speedworks, that was short as well. But man, if you have, just find a size that works and get it. Don't mess around with going up and down. For me, that's what works for me. I rarely have foot discomfort, and I always go the same size. So there we go. Adidas Evo SL. Is it worth the hype? Again, not for me to say, but it is a solid shoe. Adidas they don't really mess anything up. They didn't mess this thing up. It's gonna be great. Don't lose sleep over getting it. But if you want to add a speed shoe, daily trainer to your rotation, this is gonna be solid. This is gonna be a solid pick for sure. All right. I want to do this justice because I know people are gonna have questions. I think that's it. But yeah, 30-mile run. Let's throw it up one more time. 30-mile run, man. Training for this ultra. That's gonna be hard. The ultra is gonna be hard. I could have gone a few more miles. I probably could have gone an hour more without completely going in the tank. But man, the elevation is gonna crush me. Out in the hills of Joli Cheval, if you look at these splits here, that was mile, I think 16 to 20. That when I was grinding out those hills, and I was maintaining a sub-7 pace for all of that. But then as soon as I got out of those hills, that's when I started losing focus, or just letting focus slip, because I had to be so focused on those hills. So I never faded during this run, but that was my lowest point. I think right after those hills, I had the hill hangover and I let the pace slip to about 7:10 for some of those 20s, in the 20s there. But man, we're grinding out miles, longest long run ever. Yeah, I gotta crush some more elevation. Feeling fatigued for sure. But hey, another day, another long run. Recovery time, and then I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Alright man, look at this. Came back, Charlie had some homemade waffles. I'm gonna throw something on this and just pound them. It's always hard for me to eat after these big efforts, but I gotta force myself to eat. Alright, look at this. Best jam ever. Need to do a collab with them. I don't think I ever finished my thought out there about the partnerships. What I was gonna say is I need to get a Trail Pass partnership. They're fire out. We don't even have any more of this. I'm going to throw some maple syrup on the other side. I can hear my stomach. Can you hear my stomach? I can hear my stomach grumbling. One bite. Everybody knows rules. Bon appetit. That's good. It's a cold waffle. You guys ever heard about the Waffle House Index? That's how you know a storm is bad. Waffle House is a restaurant here in the southeast of the United States. And if a Waffle House is closed, that's how you know a hurricane in the area is bad. I'm going to start a new index. It's called the Supwell Mileage Index. And if we're not getting in miles, I don't know where I was going with that one. I gotta workshop that. Holy cow, I'm hungry. I'll see you guys later. Alright man, second meal of the day. This is what I'm saying. It's hard for me to eat. You probably just saw right there. I still have some of this waffle left, but it's all about just consistently getting the calories in, even if I don't finish the waffle, just getting that constant replenishment of carbs usually helps. This is gonna be my second meal. We have Dave's bread, tofu, some vegan cheese, and tomato. And then I also have my coffee. The coffee tastes like horse manure. It was an old bag of counterculture. This is all we had left. So horse manure coffee. And then I'm going to do some electrolytes. You guys know I got off the Noon because they changed their formula. So I've been rocking with Element. I don't even think they have this on Running Warehouse, so I can't tell you to use my affiliate link. So maybe I'll have to get an affiliate deal with them as well, just so you guys can buy it. I've been enjoying it. It has more sodium in it. It's saltier. This flavor is watermelon salt. I got a big, I think it was a 30 pack. Everything's 30 today, bro. 30 pack. And I haven't gotten tired of the flavor yet. It's just solid. It's just really solid. So 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 potassium, 60 magnesium. All right, I'm gonna do some work while the kids are napping. See you for the next meal. All right, almost dinner, but I told you guys we're going legit. We got the whole production over here, picking and packing. We're gonna get the shoes off the floor. We got some IKEA bookshelves we're putting up in here. This is the Supwell HQ, and look at this. Oh, those are all the shoes I need to run it, but look at this, man. I put this thing up. Those are all the Running Warehouse checks, but I put this thing up, man, May 2022, Supwell upper ears, before anyone knew what the heck Supwell was. And now we got the whole factory over here. Also, look at this. Bang. This is going up on the wall right next to this guy. And right next to the 239, man. We're building, we're growing, we've been putting in the work. We're reaping the benefits, and we're going to be even doubling down. You haven't seen a dang thing yet. We're going to go harder. I don't give a dang about a piece of paper, but this is just a reminder. This is a reminder of the requirements. This is a reminder. All right, fresh off the Office Depot trip. I didn't even know those things were still around, but we had to pick up some boxes to ship out the hobby jugger hats. And this is dinner. This is a Supwell Kitchen classic gnocchi with lemon, honey, Brussels, and then we have some Beyond sausage in here. Fire, one of my favorite meals of all time. By the way, today's long run only had 1,300 feet of elevation gain. Yeah? You want me to take a picture of yours? That's good. So big fire here. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Gotta refuel.